Hey, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. My name is Bob Wagner, and I appreciate you taking a couple minutes to hear what I have to say. And what I'd like to do is just share my story with you, the story of Bob and April Wagner, and what a decision was able to do for our lives and our families' lives when we made that decision. And that's really what I want you to think about today when you get done hearing this is the value of what one decision can mean in a life for the rest of your life. And our story began, almost 28 years ago. I was in the art and picture frame business. We lived on Long Island. We're from New York. We currently live just outside Orlando, Florida. But I was in that business. It was a business I learned how to do in high school, and had no desire to go to college. So I just went into that business, and I originally learned it working with my father, and my father was doing it on the side. He was actually a police officer, New York City police officer, which is something I thought I was going to do, growing up as a young kid. But I got into this picture frame business. And when I got out of high school, I worked for my dad for about a year, and then I started my own company. And really interesting. My dad was cool, because he wasn't around much, but my dad's partner was a bit of a jerk. And I never wanted a job. I always had this entrepreneurial spirit and wanted to own my own business. So I went out and started my own business. I let my dad know that I'd be leaving. I trained a new general manager, and away I went. And, at 20 years old, and had just also gotten married. We were engaged at 19, got married at 20, and I leave this job, to go start my own business. And for about 12 years, 13 years, I grew that business from just me in a garage to 30 employees in 5 locations. And they had art galleries, art and picture frame galleries, custom frame shops, and had a wholesale division to that business. But I had a lot in New York. We said I had a lot of money out on the street. I was owed a lot of money, and some big clients that had always been reliable, and they didn't pay. They didn't pay their bills, and it was a lot of money. It was a couple $100,000 back around 90, 91. And that's a whole lot more money back then than that money is now. But I it bankrupted my company. Now, I had been self-employed for over a dozen years, and I wasn't qualified to get a job, nor did I want a job. And here's where our life took a turn. Okay, somebody came in to one of my galleries, my factory outlet, to get something framed, and it was a magazine. And the magazine cover had a lot of nice looking people on it. And I started asking questions. That's my personality. I'm very inquisitive, okay? And I generally ask the questions that other people only think. They just wait long enough and I'll say it. So I started asking questions, and before we were done, he looked nice, he was dressed nice, he had pulled up in a Mercedes. The guy was very professional, and he told me it was a business opportunity. And I invited myself to a meeting. I said, "Do you think I could come and check it out?" And he had kind of discounted me. He didn't realize I owned the place, and I was dressed in dirty sweatpants and a t-shirt. I was getting, the work set up for the workers for the next day. It was after hours. And my wife, April, and I went to this meeting. We had dress business clothes on, and I got involved. And this was the first time I saw how network marketing could work, how leveraged income could work, how getting a little piece off of a lot of people could work. Okay. And funny thing, we joined that, but we never did that company. 2 days later, April, not even 2 days later, the next day, April mentioned something to her accountant at work. She had a different job. And he said, "Oh, that company's, already, a little bit dated. And you may want to look at something like this." And he mentioned a wellness nutritional company. And to make a long story short, we ended up getting involved with a company that was just starting up. And we spent 25 years there. 25 years. Now, we had no experience. We had never sold anything, to anybody. I had galleries and stores. People came in to buy things from me. April was in the construction business. But let me tell you, the decision to do something a little bit different, the decision to get involved with someone that offered to mentor us and teach us, that decision changed our lives forever. And we stayed with that business. We became leaders in that company. We became the top earners in that company. And our team did about $200 million in business in the 25 years we were there. And it earned us about $15 million in commissions. Now, I tell you that because that was not what we planned. 15 million in commissions, man, that would have been 150, 200 years of making picture frames. That's not what we planned. It's not what we expected. But because we made a decision to do something different, get out of our comfort zone, allow ourselves to be mentored, that's what happened because we said yes and committed to doing it. Okay? Now, why do I share that with you? Well, the people that mentored us were much older than us. They wanted to retire. They didn't want to modernize the company. And they closed the doors late in 2017. And with no notice, we had no idea they were going to do it. We got a phone call, lasted 60 seconds, and then they hung up, and we've never heard from them again. Okay, but here's the good part. We had learned how to build a business. A lot of companies started pursuing us, and we made a decision to get involved with this great company, called Lifevantage. And in just 2.5 years, we've made it to the top ranks in that company, having generated over $5 million in sales since we got started. Now, I could go on and on about the perks and the benefits of visiting 30 different countries, traveling the world, the cars, the homes, the benefits, the educations our children got, all of those things came with it, but that was not why we did it. They were perks that came with it, okay? Well, here we are with a new company, an exciting company, a company that's gotten patented science behind it, a company that's publicly traded yet only 10 years old, a really exciting business that's growing around the world. And it's a different time for me and April. See, our boys that we raised during that first company, they're grown, got their educations, they're out doing their own thing. And April and I now get to do it again, but we don't have to rush home for the schoolwork, the homework, the baseball games, all the different events. And we're looking forward to traveling the world and doing it a second time in a more modern company, using the benefits of technology, using social media, doing things online, and being mentors to others, being leverage for others that have never done it before. So I share this with you because we want to mentor you. If you're ready, if you're ready to get out of that box, if you've thought about owning your own business, if you thought about doing something different, spending more time at home, working from home, having more family time, just changing the quality of life. If you've thought about it, act on it. We had the opportunity to get mentored 28 years ago, and we did, and that education will be with us for our entire lives. And just in 2.5 years, we've done another $5 million in business, our team, starting from scratch. And we've won a Jeep already. We have all kinds of things have happened already. We want it for you. So if you're ready, reach out. Give us a call. Fill out the form at the bottom of the page. Text us, call us, whatever it is, and let's talk about what you desire. Because if you have a desire to accomplish it, working with us and the company we're with will give you the vehicle that you need to achieve it. So do it today. We're excited. We want to work with you. And most of all, we're very, very grateful that God has blessed us with not just the first company, but now something that's even more exciting than the first one, and that's the company we're with now. So give us a ring. We want to talk to you. Thank you.